Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from The Verge. Now this was published on May 26th and I know I'm getting to it a few days late, but this is now just really starting to get some attraction and some attention. And I've been meaning to cover this since the article came out. I've just been sidetracked. It's written by James Vincent. And I just gotta say, I love how they're trying to frame this situation and the legacy media and the supposed, clicky-baity new media of like The Verge and others. How them, along with Google, Alphabet, YouTube, are trying to portray things. This was just an accident. It's almost like, they all want to suck the CCP dick or are sucking the CCP dick. I mean, look at the title here. YouTube is deleting comments with two phrases that insult China's Communist Party. These phrases don't insult China's Communist Party. They are used by Chinese nationals who, through VPNs, gain access to YouTube that know the propaganda bullshit that's being spewed. They know it's coming from a Chinese speaking, a Chinese English speaker because of sentence structure, the message being pushed, everything. And the term is being used when they're calling out these people for being propagandistic shills. But yet they want to try to portray it as an insult. It's not an insult. It's being used with their calling out CCP shills, but also the Kool-Aid drinkers that aren't being paid by the government to push the propaganda and the lies and everything else. Basically make the CCP look like they're perfect little angels that don't have human rights violations going on and shit like that, Basically, like their idea of a squad for like 1984 type shit. Oh, the Uyghurs are in camps. Oh, no, that's not a human rights abuse. They're being trained for jobs behind fences and shit like that. Okay, it's that type of stuff. Anyway, let's get into the article here that James wrote. YouTube is automatically deleting comments that contain certain Chinese language phrases related to criticism of the country's ruling Communist Party. The company confirmed to The Verge this was happening in error and it's working to fix the issue. You see, now here they call it criticism. But in the title, it's insults. And it's not criticism either. It's literally these people, these Chinese nationals, calling out the CCP propagandists and the Kool-Aid drinkers. They see their comments. They know that they are, Chinese that speak English as a second language. They know the sentence structure. They know the propaganda being pushed. And they call them out for it. Or I should say the lies being pushed in most cases. And this idea that the company confirmed to The Verge it's happening in error and they're fixing it. No, this was not done in error. This was intentional. We are talking about a company that has been riding and sucking CCP dick, hoping to make inroads into the country so that it can expand into it because it's an untapped market for Alphabet /Google /YouTube. Let's just ignore that little fact. I mean, Project Dragonfly there, the little search engine for the CCP that pissed off their employees and the general public here in this country so bad that they dropped it like a hot fucking potato. Yeah. That's what we're talking about here. This wasn't done in error. This was an intentional thing. This was, hey, CCP, look at how good we are. We're doing your bidding. Let us get into your country. Let us operate in your country. Hook us up. That's what this was. Anyway, upon review by our teams, we have confirmed this was an error in our enforcement systems, and we are working to fix it as quickly as possible, said a YouTube spokesperson. The company did not elaborate on how or why this error came to be, but said it was not the result of any change in its moderation policy. Of course it was not related to their moderation policy. It had nothing to do with their moderation policy, all right? They don't want to elaborate on how this quote-unquote error came to be because it wasn't an error. It was intentional. But if the deletions are the result of a simple mistake, then it's one that's gone unnoticed for 6 months. Oh, it's gone on longer than that. China Uncensored talked about it a year ago. Something like that this was going on. Laowi 86, I believe it is. He's an American that was living in China, now out of there, and Serpenza, who was a South African who lived there, who's now out of there. They've both talked about it, and we're going back at least a year, something like that, give or take. So it's been going on much longer than 6 months. So when you have these channels on YouTube, you know, the people behind them talking about this, yeah, maybe you should pay attention. The Verge found evidence that comments were being deleted as early as October 2019 when the issue was raised on YouTube's official help pages and multiple users confirmed they had experienced the same problem. Okay? And this was an error they knew since 2019, at least by what they're saying here, which I know it's been going on longer, but they're saying that YouTube knew this in October in 2019, yet it's an error. An error. It's been happening since last year, yet it's an error. No. This isn't something that just happens as an error. This is something that, when you're talking about the algorithms, it has to be deliberately entered into the naughty no-no word, remove content database. So, yeah. Nice try. Comments left under videos or in live streams that contain the words, I don't know the characters, but Communist Bandit in English, or 50 Cent Party, which is actually 50 Cent Army. They can't even get this right. All right? This is what's funny. It's 50 Cent Army. They can't even tell you the truth. I'm thinking they're being deliberately dishonest here, or at least James is. Vincent, Mr. Vincent here. Because it doesn't sound good when they say 50 Cent Army. 50 Cent Party, just kind of negates it a little bit. And this Communist Bandit, oh, well, to an to a Westerner or an American, that isn't really going to mean shit. But 50 Cent Army gives a connotation of this being aggressive, this being military driven, militarily driven. So, yeah, we can't have that because China isn't our enemy. We want to suck the CCP dick. We want X's pathetic little dick and balls in our mouths. This is the mentality coming from the legacy media, the new media, Silicon Valley. I mean, it's ridiculous. But anyway, the 50 Cent Party are automatically deleted in around 15 seconds, though their English language translations and Romanized pinyin equivalents are not, which is actually false because those only get, shadow banned. I've seen plenty of statements of where people have had their comments where they've said 50 Cent Army. Or the Communist Bandit say that, hey, my comment's shadow banned. It hasn't been removed, but it's being shadow banned. So they're basically like, well, okay, our major market is the West, and we kind of, with English speakers, might not want to completely delete the comment because we at least want those people who are making it to see it, so that way we're not getting it from both sides, because we just want to suck the CCP dick. We don't want people to know that we want to suck the CCP dick. The term, all right, that one is Communist Bandit, which you would think he would just put Communist Bandit, is an insult that dates back to the China's nationalist government, or excuse me, while 50 Cent Party, as he put it, or Wu Mao, which is 50 Cent Army, is a derogatory slang term for internet users paid to direct online discussion away from criticism of the CCP. The name comes from claims that such commenters are paid 50 Chinese cents per post. Well, first off, it's a documented fact that they are paid 50 Chinese cents per post. You also have the Kool-Aid drinkers that do it for free, who are grouped in with that. All right. And this idea that it's a derogatory slang term, no, it's a term that's being used to expose those who are doing it. To try to claim that it's derogatory is just you being dishonest and sleazy. They do more than direct criticism away from the CCP. They verbally attack people who are calling out the CCP. All right? They push lies of the CCP. Let's be honest here. These phrases seem to have been accidentally added to YouTube's comment filters, which automatically remove spam and offensive text. The comments are removed too quickly for human moderation and are deleted even if the banned phrases are used positively, e.g., the 50 Cent Army are doing a fantastic job. YouTube says it has been relying more on its automated filters in recent months due to changes in its workforce brought about the pandemic. Now, let's go through this here, because this is what I find funny here. They're trying to claim it's accidental, but as I've said earlier, all right, this has to be deliberately entered into a database. So someone, okay, had to do it. I'm assuming this was directed from management to do it. Because I don't think some blue-haired dipshit fucking leftist is gonna like blacklist that shit. I just don't think it's gonna happen. And it's an accident, but you have deliberately entered in terms with an algorithm that, by design, within seconds, catches these comments and removes them. Which I'm assuming that time is the fact of it's scan time with comments. That's what I'm just assuming. Because it's got to scan through with the comments. It gets to that point, so it's already going through a queue. So that's what that few seconds is, which tells you that it's a very efficient system if it's taking like 10 seconds for them to be removed. And it wouldn't matter if it's done positively, because they're removing these specific words because you're not going to ever use it positively. You're not going to say the 50 Cent Army is doing a good job, because the term 50 Cent Army is being used to, I don't know, call out the CCP dick riders that push their bullshit? Could that be why? I mean, Jesus Christ, give me a break here. And this idea that it's the automated filters because of the current pandemic is complete and total bullshit. This has been going on, from what The Verge documented, since October of last year. We didn't have the pandemic going on October of last year. It's been going on longer than that, too. So, right there, going to use this as a dismissive of it, all right, The Verge here, and YouTube's going to get a free fucking ride because, it's the pandemic, when this has been going on far longer. They have been, riding the CCP dick. They have been pushing this idea of what the CCP wants, the CCP gets, throughout the company, clearly, because this had to have been entered in, per order of management as a no naughty, word type situation with both terms. So, yeah. This is deliberate by design. This is ridiculous. It's so fucked up. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but I don't understand how they can get away with this shit and it's just gonna fly. They clearly got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. Or should I say Xi Jinping's dick up their ass. But hey, nothing happened. The accidental censorship is even more puzzling considering that YouTube is currently blocked in China. Given its parent company, Google, even less reason to censor comments critical of the CCP or apply moderation systems in accordance with Chinese censorship laws. Oh, bullshit. See, this is where he now instantly goes into dismissing this. YouTube isn't accessible from China. Ever heard of a VPN, you dumb fuck? Most people in China use VPNs, even though they're illegal, to gain access outside of the Great Firewall of China, to go to YouTube and Facebook and other sites that are banned there. So, of course, the CCP wants to basically do what you're claiming there's no incentive for YouTube to do here. Of course, YouTube is going to do it knowing full well that the CCP wants it done. Because they want to suck CCP dick, get ridden by them so that they can move into that market. So they have a lot of reasons to censor comments critical of the CCP and to do moderation systems in accordance to their laws. Because they want in that market. They know that Chinese nationals from mainland China are accessing YouTube. Give me a break. So it's not puzzling. You're just an idiot, or a dishonest sleazebag? I'm thinking it might be a little bit of both here. When it comes to the story you've written, you dumb shit. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the automatic deletion of these phrases was highlighted on Tuesday by U.S. technologist and former Oculus founder Palmer Luckey on Twitter. But earlier reports of the issue date back to the middle of May when they were spotted by human rights activist Jennifer Zhang. As mentioned above, though, The Verge also found complaints on YouTube's official help pages dated to October 2019. Yes, and here you are literally making up excuses for this going, whoa, look at YouTube said it was the automated systems because of the pandemic. Look at this. You are literally trying to cover for them. And you think that's going to fly. You're a piece of shit, Mr. Vincent, Justin, whatever the fuck your name is. But see, these are how they tried it, and it automatically deletes the comments. If you put Gung Fei, which is Communist Bandit, I mean, if you put the other one, the 50 Cent Army, same thing. It's ridiculous. Google has frequently been criticized for accommodating the wishes of the CCP by censoring content. Most notably, it created a prototype search engine known as Project Dragonfly that complied with Chinese state censorship. The project, which was never deployed, is part of the company's long-running struggles to enter the Chinese market. And what's funny is that it wouldn't be that much different than their current search engine, because they've restricted the fucking shit out of it ever since, the run-up to the 2016 election and them being spurgs over at Google and in Silicon Valley with all the lefty bullshit and Hillary losing and their identity politics getting backlash and everything else. They have censored regular Google more and more. They have crippled it. They have turned it into a former shell of itself. I remember the days of when I could go to Google and I could do a search and I could actually find what the fuck I was looking for on the first page. All right. Now, good fucking luck with that. Especially, when you're looking at subjects that they don't want you to look at. And I'm not talking illegal shit. I'm just talking shit that ideologically goes against what they believe. And with Project Dragonfly, literally, if you typed in human rights, it was like, oh, there's nothing to see here. Oh, no. Or if any results you got would be like the idea of how they push the mainstream media on YouTube and shit. It's like, it's all CCP shit going, oh, we have perfect human rights. We are perfect angel. Oh, you do as you're told. Okay, we treat you good. That type of shit. They were hiding China's human rights abuses and shit with their search engine in China. And the reason why it was never deployed is because of the backlash from the general public and employees within the company. Let's be honest about that. When news of Dragonfly leaked in 2018 in a report from The Intercept, Google was criticized by politicians and its own employees for selling out its principles. Oh, it was more than criticized. I love how you're playing that down, all right? People had shit fits about it. Their employees had shit fits about it. And you're talking about lefty little spurgs. So when they have a shit fit, it's like, 50 hockey helmet wearing retards that got off a short bus. So yeah, nice try. During a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing in June 2019, the company said it had terminated the project and that it had no plans to launch search in China. Yeah, because the optics was very bad for them. They were doing it in secret for a reason, because they did not want the rest of us to know what was going on. Because they knew what they were doing was shady, shifty, sleazy, scummy. So, yeah. And when they got caught, they made a choice. They said, all right, we can either keep going with this and fuck ourselves over here in the West while we're, riding the CCP dick over here, or we can stop doing this, slide the CCP dick out of our ass right now for the time being, and keep everyone else happy. And they've slid the CCP dick out of their ass. Anyway, I think I've covered this well enough. I'm going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.